ABC, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. Thanks everybody for sticking around while I go through the changes that are happening that I presented. And yes, there's lots of this going around presently. You see this, the 72 Seasons, the new release from Metallica. I'm not here to talk about that. I do have it, and I'm not even going to get into my thoughts on it. There's enough of the reviews out there. If you've not seen them, just go and check. There's literally thousands. So what I am here for today is just, I alluded to it in my last video when I did my showing my gear in my room, that things were happening here at Twanger's Turntable in my life. And I wasn't able to disclose a whole lot at the time, but now I can. The reality is I'm actually moving. We're moving out of this place. So yes, I've taken everything down, and yes, there will be a different background when some alterations when I set it back up at our new place. So it involves my employer. I feel very fortunate and blessed to have been selected to start up a new branch of my company in a different city, different province actually. So we're picking up everything and moving. By the time we do the full turnaround, it'll probably be another 3 to 4 weeks for sure. The moving truck comes tomorrow, so the little bit of setup I do have here, just my turntable and my amp and speakers, just so I can, spin that new Metallica. But I also picked up another one. So I want to talk about that because back in the early 80s, Metallica is a good example. I mean, hard rock metal was my genre of choice, the music I chose. And it seems appropriate. 72 Seasons, those first 18 years of your life, the 72 Seasons are very formative. Your music tastes tend to be built in that era of your life, and certainly depending on when you're introduced to an artist, it will have a lesser or greater impact on your connection to that artist. So personally for me, anything Metallica's done, I've always purchased it. Good, bad, indifferent. It's all subjective to one's opinion. As I've always said, you do you, I do me, it's all good. But there's another artist I never really got into back then, and of course was well aware of them, and it was Dokken, however you want to pronounce it. And I've seen them presented since my involvement in the VC here. That's one of the great things about the VC is I get reintroduced to artists that maybe I had dismissed, didn't give a real good chance to, or introduced to ones that I just weren't in my wheelhouse, right? And that's the case with a lot of stuff. But I saw these guys presented more and more in the VC. And so I was going through a bunch of records that I purchased a couple of years ago, and then I've spoken about that often. And one of the records that was in there was, I think it was Tooth and Nail. I'm not a huge Dokken fan, so I can't really say, and they're all packed away, so I can't pull it out as a reference. But I gave it a listen after watching, I think, Aaron and Josh and Chris and a bunch of people who tend to be fans of their music. And I actually was on a thread or a live stream where one of our younger VC members, I shouldn't say that, not one of our younger ones, but certainly younger than I am, Malaya had purchased the box set and was talking about it. So I thought maybe I'll give him a chance and give it a listen. So I decided to pick up one that was one of the bargain bin specials, and it was on sale, and it was like 18 bucks Canadian. So that's probably what, 15 maybe US, 14 US, I'm not sure the conversion. But it's this one here. It's the greatest hits. Side A consists of Just Got Lucky, Breaking in Chains, Into the Fire, The Hunter, In My Dreams. Second side is It's Not Love, Alone Again, Dream Warriors, Unchain the Night, and Tooth and Nail. What I didn't know about this, and it's got the hype sticker, limited edition, blue splatter. What I wasn't aware, I should have done my research properly before buying this, is they're all re-recorded. And I think they were done in 2022. I mean, it's a nice enough vinyl, whatever, if you're into that kind of thing. I like colored vinyl, but my favorite color of vinyl is black, typically. But yeah, it's a good, I can't even say if it's a good introduction if someone had not been exposed to these guys before, because the songs that I was familiar with, they don't sound the same. They actually don't sound right. So I'm not sure I would purchase it. In hindsight, if I'd known, I probably wouldn't have. But for the price I pay, I'm not going to send it back, and it's a decent listen. So really what I want to do is post a video, because I will be gone for a while. I've been doing my little shorts, whatever, and that's enjoyable. I like interacting with others, other people's channels in their threads or their comment section, whatnot. I follow a lot of Steve's and Gary and all the regulars that I typically follow. There seems to be more and more all the time. I don't have enough time to follow them, but I do enjoy. Where was I going with that? Yeah, I'll be away for a while, so I just want to post this as just for those who may not know. This is not a real greatest hits, if I can put it that way. They're all re-recorded, and although the vocalist Don Dokken still sounds pretty damn good. I mean, that's the thing about all my favorites from back in the 80s, whether it be Iron Maiden, Metallica, even Priesthood, I would fit into that category, although Halford can still wail like crazy. Even, well, Motley Crue, that's a whole nother matter. I don't care for those guys at all anymore, but I do have an attachment to their old music, and I have their albums from back in the day. But good introduction, I guess. But if you don't know that that release is not the original tracks thrown together on a compilation, they have been redone. So that's it. I really just wanted to stop by and throw up a video and just an update, more or less, let you know what was going on. Now I can disclose what was happening. I didn't want to have any fanfare through work. So even the people I was working with weren't aware of what was happening. Only my employer and the manager. But now it's full swing ahead. I'll be relocating, and I've got a little bit of time off here to get that happening. I'll be starting up there May 1st in a new city, Montreal, the big city, second biggest city here in Canada. So I'll be starting up there in May. But yeah, I'm not going to share any thoughts on this other than, you know, it's Metallica, and if you follow Metallica for as long as I have, well, I'm not even going to say that. I'll bite my tongue. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, and like I say, I hope to see you again soon. But just so you know why I haven't been posting much, and I won't be posting much in the foreseeable future. But I hope to get back at it, like I say, within the next 4 or 5 weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks at best. And I hope to see you all then. I will be in the peanut gallery from time to time when I can, as I alluded to before, but that's it. Just want to share that. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time here at Twanger's Turntable.